How do you know when to go all in on something? Today, I'm going to discuss how you can determine if what you're going after is something that you should fully commit to. My name is Blaze Asayan, and I help young men break bad habits, build confidence, and develop self-esteem. Today, like I said, I'm discussing how you can determine whether or not what you're going after in life is something that you should stick to and go all in on, right? First thing is first. Is what you're going for. And, the main premise of this video is going to be about business, right? Because I think that a lot of the people who are going to be attracted to my content naturally are going to be people who are self-sufficient and want to create a business of their own. So if you want to go all in on a business, is it something that, isn't just about the money for you? Is it just about the money? Because if it is, don't go for it. If you're not thinking first about the client and the consumer and what their needs are and making sure that you can deliver on your promise and actually over deliver and provide to them the solution that they're looking for, the consumer should be the first thing on your mind, right? What do the people that, I'm trying to serve, what do they need? A lot of people just go into business thinking, oh, this is it. This is how I'm going to make a ton of money. And that's the wrong way to go about it. So first of all, coming from a place of service. And, the next thing is thinking about, is this something that I would want to do for the rest of my life, right? And I know that's a deep question to ask yourself, especially if you're young. And, I'm 20 years old. And if you're my age or even younger, it's pretty crazy to ask yourself that question, but you have to, right? Like in 10, 20 years, am I going to be wanting to do the same thing? And for me, the answer to that question is yes, right? Because my business is coaching young men and helping young men. And I want to build this up to become a countrywide and eventually global phenomenon, the Discipline Institute. I have a big vision for it. I have a lot of people to help in this world. And I can see myself doing this for a long period of time if I'm able to see success with it, if I take the right steps to be able to build a foundation and, turn this into something amazing, right? That is the contingency. Am I willing to go all in? Am I willing to do whatever it takes? Talk to as many people as it takes, and this is coming on to the third thing now that whenever I bring this up to someone that this is what I want to do, they're like, yeah, that's well needed. That's the other thing to decide if you should go all in. If people hear what you're saying and they're like, yeah, I think that's great. I think that's really, really well needed. And not just from people who suck up to you, right? Like I've talked to people who have been straight up and honest with me and have kept me accountable and said, no, man, you're not doing enough to, spread the word. You're not doing enough to, make any sales. You're not doing enough to, if you want to serve this many people and it's so important to you, then you have to be willing to be uncomfortable and go out there and talk to as many people as you possibly can who have sons, talk to young men themselves, spread the word. And, I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that because I haven't been doing enough. And I have to do more. I can't just keep getting frustrated and, watching Alex Hormozy online, a big business guy, or other guys like that, or reading business books. I actually have read so much and have consumed so much information that I know what to do, right? Like I know the conceptual stuff. I know the steps to take to build this, but I'm not actually doing a lot of the steps on a high level. So, I'm going to start being more accountable to myself, start doing things more and more. And, that's the only way that this is going to happen. But yeah, going back to that, can you see yourself doing this? Can you see yourself doing this for a long time? And, if you can't, then maybe it isn't for you. And if you can't sustain all the hardship that's going to come with it, then don't go in. I mean, I'm prepared to suffer for the next 5 years of my life to get to where I want to go, right? I'm ready to fail over and over again. I'm ready to, go through a lot of hardship to fulfill this mission of mine because it's that important to me. And nothing's going to stop me from doing that either. You have to have a relentless streak in you. I mean, how to know if you should go all in? Like look at yourself. Look at yourself. What are you doing every day? Like are you actually going all in, or are you just one of these people who, I had someone tell me one time, like, oh yeah, people think I'm crazy, because I'm doing all this stuff. I'm like, no one thinks you're crazy. Like you're not doing that much, okay? No one thinks you're crazy. I certainly don't. I said that to him, the person who said this to me. Like people think they're doing so much more than they actually are, right? And they think that they're like on this pedestal, like everyone around them's looking at them like, man, how do they work so hard? They're not looking at you and asking that question, okay? They don't care. They don't care about what amount of work you're doing, and that aggravates me when people say that. Like look at what you're doing every day, and if you have time to sit and do nothing for hours at a time and just talk with people and sit and have lunch for 3 hours, you're not doing anything, okay? I get I have this feeling in me when it's been too long since I've done work. I'm like, okay, you have to go back and do something. There's something else you have to do. I have that in me. It just starts happening. I wouldn't call it anxiety, but I would call it, something in me that's like, man, it's been 45 minutes or an hour since you've done anything. Are you going to get back to it soon? My mind starts thinking that way. If you don't have that in you, don't go for this. Don't go for this. This is not a part-time gig. This isn't punch the clock and go home for the day. This is every day is a Monday. You might not like that, but I love it. I love getting up every day and thinking, okay, what needs to get done today? Not, oh, thank God it's my day off. No way. I never think that. I never wake up or get to the end of the week and am relieved that I have the whole weekend off. That never happens. Ever. The weekend, I get up the same time I do on the weekend as I do on the weekdays. So the moral of this video is to tell you, if you want to go all in, you've got to start considering these things. If you want to know if you should go all in, consider am I committed? Do I want to be doing this years from now? And is this part of my mission in life? I'm very much committed to what I'm doing, and I want to make a difference. I hope this is helping some young men who are struggling and are on the same path that I'm going down, trying to improve themselves every single day, trying to become entrepreneurs. Go for it, man. Go for it. But be ready. Be ready ahead of time. This thing's hard. This thing's really hard. What I'm trying to do, it's not easy. It's not easy, but I'm not signing up for easy. I don't like easy, actually. I like being challenged all the time, so this is perfect. I want to thank you for watching today's video. If you want to learn more about me and what I'm doing with the Discipline Institute, you can click the link in the description, as well as my other social platforms. And yeah, I'm grateful for you being here today. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.